Welcome back to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey, and thank you once again for tuning into my channel. I have been sitting on a parcel for a couple of days now. Tried to get it done end of last week, just didn't get a chance to. But I thought I need to open this up because there's some old school Marvel goodness in there. And I just wanted to share my haul with you for a Mad Mail call time. Yeah, that sentence didn't really work, but doesn't matter. Let's open it up, show you some old school Marvel goodness. I basically had one of the guys that I'd met through one of the Facebook comic book groups, who I've stayed in contact with and bought quite a bit of stuff off over the years. He basically reached out to me. He'd actually watched one of my videos and saw that I'd mentioned that I was going for a Tomb of Dracula run, and he says, I've actually picked up a small amount, see if there's any you need, send me what you need. And he was able to send me a few, but he also had some other old school goodies as well, so I sort of picked what I needed out of that, and thus the parcel here I'm going to share with you right now. So let's get into that. I know I've got a knife around here somewhere. Yeah. All right. Get rid of that bubble wrap. As I always say, it's better to be overpacked than underpacked. I know there are some people in the community, I won't mention names, Rob, that frown on the use of, excess of tape and stuff like that. And I can see the point, like it's, like sometimes it's just really not that necessary. But I'd rather the books be safe and have to do a little bit more, sort of dissecting, I suppose you could call it, just to make sure that it's actually safe. Especially if something's coming from overseas. If something's coming from overseas, you will find that you want it to be a little bit sort of more protected, because let's put it this way, like the post office, the posties, not always your best friends. The guys handling books and stuff in the shipping yards and depots and things like that, they don't give a crap. They just fling stuff around and just get the job done as quickly as possible. So yeah, you got to be a little bit extra careful. Like obviously this only came from interstate, so it's not as bad. But yeah, I still think rather things be safe. And he has sent me another card. Oh, that's cool. Scarlet Spider metal. That is very, very cool. Oh, look at those webs in the foily goodness. So what's that? Is that a Skybox card? I think it's Skybox. The metals were Skybox, I think. Yeah, I don't care. It's very, very cool. Thank you very much, Michael. Greatly appreciate it, mate. It's things like this that, it's at the end of the day, regardless of whether you call them a friend or a contact or anything like that, it's getting down to, like just little things like that, make it more worthwhile, make it more personable, better experience. But this is what you came here for. Let's show you what I picked up. So first book up, there's some old school Daredevil goodness. Daredevil number 35. Don't believe there's any key aspect or anything for that. It's more just something to fill in some blanks in my runs. And there's a very, very cool cover. Classic Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 6. Jim Steranko cover. Very, very cool to own that one. Some more Daredevil goodness. Daredevil number 34. Once again, I don't think there's any key element or anything to that. It's more just, as I said, filling in some holes in the run. And we've got a Daredevil 39, which I believe is the first appearance of the Exterminator, who I think later becomes a villain named Deathstalker. So, very, very cool book. And this would be classified, especially, I don't know whether this book rose up or not when the movie came out, or either of the movies came out. But this is Avengers number 62, which is the first appearance of Man-Ape, which is right there. But if you don't know him as Man-Ape, you'd know him as M'Baku, who was the leader of the Mountain Tribe in the Black Panther movies. So, very, very cool. I do like my villain keys just as much as my other keys and first appearances. Alright, got some old school Tales of Suspense goodness featuring Iron Man and Captain America, number 66. Now, it's a little bit confusing with this one because I think it's the book before that, 65, it says is the first Silver Age appearance of Red Skull. But they also say this is the first appearance of Red Skull. Now, in saying that, I got a feeling this Red Skull is a different one from the other one. I think the first Silver Age appearance of the Red Skull in the previous book, I can't remember his name, but I think this one is actually Johann Schmidt, who is from, obviously, the Captain America movie. So I'm assuming that's the way. But yeah, if you know more details, please let me know in the description below. As I said, like, my knowledge is okay. I wouldn't say my knowledge is great or fantastic or I'm, historical genius or anything. I know enough to get myself by. But yeah, there are some very, very knowledgeable people in the comic book community. So yeah, let me know. And then you got this one, which is Tales of Suspense featuring Captain America and Iron Man, number 90. Another Red Skull on the cover there. I don't believe there's any key issue to this, as far as I know. But yeah, I love these old, dual books, which I've mentioned plenty of times before. Tales to Astonish now, Submariner and the Incredible Hulk, number 88. Now, I believe the only real key element of this book is this is the first time Hulk actually says Hulk smash. I believe that is correct. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's correct. As I said, I probably should have done my due diligence before I did these, but I'm more like, I want to open it up and I want to look at them and see them, and it's the excitement factor, obviously. Was able to pick up one Werewolf by Night book as well for my werewolf run, which is going very, very slowly because they're very non-existent over here. But it is Werewolf by Night, number 21. So at least it's another number off the list, and at least Werewolf by Night's not as big a run. I think it's only 40 or 41 issues. Now we're getting into the Tomb of Draculas, which I was able to pick up. It's only a handful, but still a handful off the list. So Tomb of Dracula, number 69. Just a standard issue, nothing special or anything about that. I should have probably checked in numerical order or whatever, but nah, it doesn't matter. Tomb of Dracula number 12. This is actually the second appearance of Blade. So first appearance in 10. Don't know why his second appearance wasn't in 11, but his second appearance is in this book, number 12. So that's one of those sort of, once you get past number 1, and number 10, which are the two big books in this run. You start getting into, like, you know, first Hannibal King and second appearances and things like that, and that's where the other money books are, so I'm glad to knock that off the list. We got Tomb of Dracula, number 18. This is the, I think, a first meeting, first battle of Werewolf by Night and Tomb of Dracula. That also, I think there's a book in the Werewolf by Night run, can't remember which number it is, that actually, it's like a 2-part series crossover. It's a battle between the pair of them. So very cool. Tomb of Dracula 19. This is another minor Blade key from what I vaguely remember. I think this one is the first time that Blade actually realizes that he's immune to vampirism. I think that's, I think if I remember right, I think that's what the key element is in that book. So yeah, anything Blade and Tomb of Dracula is, yeah, automatically puts the price up. Tomb of Dracula number 44. First meeting, first battle again, but this time it's between Dracula and Doctor Strange. As you can see pictured on the cover there. So very tiny minor key. But still crosses another one off the list. And this last book. To some people, it's probably not a big book, but this is a book that's on my comic wish list. So finally glad to cross this one off the list, because to be perfectly honest, I've ever seen this book twice. You guys probably over in the States, Canada, or even UK might have seen this book day in, day out, but I've only seen it twice over here. One was actually at a con and asked something stupid, ridiculous price. Wasn't willing to pay it. And this one obviously was from my friend Michael, who said, oh, and I do have this book. Do you want this one? I'm like, hell yeah, I want that book. It is Giant Size Chillers, number 1, which is the first appearance of Lilith, which is actually right there, which is Dracula's daughter. Now, not to be confused with Lilith from the Midnight Suns run, you know, involved with, you know, the Ghost Rider books and Night Stalkers and Morbius and all that sort of stuff. She was the mother of demons. This Lilith is Dracula's daughter. So yeah, wanted to cross that one off the list for a while, and finally able to get it piled in with this lot. So yeah, what do you think? Did I do fairly well? Obviously, yeah, I don't talk pricing and stuff like that, because talking pricing over here is gonna mind boggle people, especially if you're not from here. But yeah, I personally think I got a decent deal. He let me pay it off as well. I wasn't able to sort of drop, you know, chunk of change and things like that. Like, we're not talking thousands of dollars or anything. So, but yeah, he was able to let me pay it off over a couple of pays. So that was, yeah, absolutely fantastic of him to let, you know, and that's the way I've got to do things, because, you know, I don't have a lot of money, and, you know, and things are exorbitantly priced, but we all know that. You've all watched some of my videos before. I've talked about it a million times. So anyway, that'll do for this particular video. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I said, leave a comment if you've got any more information about any of the books that I might have missed, that I might have got wrong, which is, yeah, most likely on the cards. Just let me know in the comments before. Obviously, hit the thumbs up. You know, it's supposed to help the algorithm, apparently, or for me, it's supposed to help the algorithm. But yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.